morning, everyone. I'm Kathleen. This is Kathleen's Trodden Trail, coming to you on Tuesday, the 24th of October. Today would have been my mom's 96th birthday. She is in heaven, so she's not here with us any longer, but yeah, October 24th. So I hope you're all well. How is everybody? It is, I have had a really cruddy morning. I was supposed to have a brand new oven and stovetop, double oven and stovetop delivered today. And we've tried multiple times and we've had problems, you know, out of stock, on back order, all kinds of issues. And it was no different today. The installers came out and opened up the cooktop and it was shattered from end to end. So they said, okay, well, we'll install the oven then. And they opened up the oven and hi, Bitsy. Opened up the oven and started taking measurements, and it does not fit. It is the wrong size. They sent the wrong size. So I don't even know. Long story. We've had, our oven works. Both, we have a double oven and they both work, kind of. I don't think they're working the very best, but they kind of work. But there's no, the digital screen has gone out and has always been out ever since we've lived in this house. And we've tried really hard to get that replaced, and that's been next to impossible. And so we finally decided we would just get a new oven. Here comes Bitsy back again. And, okay, go on. And yeah, anyway, you know, it's life, whatever. We have an oven. He was like, I don't think we can get this, you know, exchanged and brought back out and installed by Thanksgiving. And I'm like, of course not, because that was what I was hoping for. But anyway, we ordered this particular set back in August. So yeah, but you know, that kind of stuff is going on all over the place. So whatever, I'm just gonna let it go. Anyway, other than that, let's get to stitching. I have my list today, and I have one finished piece, which is really most of what I've worked on for the last week. And then I have, I'm gonna do my WIPs, my current WIPs for the last week, and my WIP Parade all at once because they're all jumbled together. I did that same thing where I pulled out as much out of that cabinet as I could possibly pull out. Here comes Bitsy once again. We have a rescue kitty that we've had. He came this summer and was malnourished and meowing, and we thought he was very young. It turns out he was about 8 months when he first showed up, but we fed him for a while and didn't let him in the house, and then we started letting him in the garage, and he just is the friendliest little guy, and we named him Augie, and took him to the vet and, you know, got him fixed and the whole kit and caboodle. And Bitsy hates him. She just hates him. I mean, it's been since maybe July that he's been around, and he's probably been living in the house since maybe end of August or middle of August, and she just hates him. And he's really sweet and really sweet to her, but she's just not a fan. So she's very needy whenever she's not, you know, in her own little world, mad because there's a kitty in the house. But anyway, so I'm gonna do my WIP Parade and my WIPs all together, and then I had a request for a rug to show you rug cooking, and so I'll show you what I'm working on and what I hope, and talk a little bit about my plans for rug cooking and what I plan to work on. And then I want to talk a little bit about decorating. I want to talk a little bit about long-term plans. And then I have a small little update on books. So it's going to be probably another long video. They're probably all going to be about an hour as I go through the next few. I really think it's going to take me several months, even if I if I do a WIP parade once a week or once every other week, I really do think it's going to take a couple months to get through everything. So I'll try to, start with the good stuff at the beginning of what I've worked on the last week, and then do the WIP parade. And so if you don't want to watch the WIP parade, you can, can turn it off, because it might tend to get a little bit rambling. Okay, so first off, I have to make a huge, I have an apology to make, and I completely messed something up last week, and several people asked about it, and so the little zombie people, the little zombie children that I showed in the small little frame, like this big, I meant to bring it back over here, but I didn't, but that I showed last week, and I said it was by Emily Call. I think first I said it was by the Witchy Stitcher. Anyway, then I changed it to Emily Call Salt and Pepper, and then I realized before I put the video up, and I put the name and corrected myself in words, in captions at the bottom of the video, but it went by too quickly, and I think everybody missed it. It is by the Floss Box. So the Floss, Floss Box, BOX.com, on, just online. And then I think she has a store on Etsy as well. And so I was so, I spent so much time like making sure that's who it was, and looking at her charts to make sure that she still had it, and she does have it. It's actually the very last, if you're interested and you go to her website, it's the very last chart that she shows. She has really, really cute charts. So while I was checking to make sure she still carried that chart and had that chart, I started seeing other charts that I really liked, and thought, that little zombie, the little zombie children only took me, I think I stitched it in an evening, or maybe like an evening and an hour the next day. And so I bought several other charts that I could quickly stitch up for Christmas. I didn't let myself buy any other Halloween charts, although she's got some really cute Halloween ones. But she has some cute Christmas ones. And so this is one of the charts I bought. I started it and finished it. It is mostly in the called for, which I had. And it's, I like anything that has Santa flying over with the reindeer over like towns or whatever. And this isn't really Santa, but it's still, the reindeer flying over the trees. And I want to mention something about her charts in particular, because I bought several more and I've started working on another one, and you're going to see it here in a minute. She uses some kind of interesting colors, and one of the reasons I know that she uses interesting colors is kind of unexpected colors, maybe that's a better word, is I had all the floss, or most all the floss. And those some especially DMC colors are so common and used by so many different people that it's, you run out of those if you keep them in your project bags. And so and the greens in particular, and this is not my lighting is kind of terrible today. This is not really showing up great. But she uses that early 500 series greens in DMC, so 500 through, I think she uses 500 through 504 or 505, and this is maybe like the darkest is 500, and I think the lightest is 503, 504, something like that. And they're kind of a blue green, and I was like, I don't think I like these greens. Well, I've got them, so I'll use them, and I don't have any other, charts right now calling for them. And boy, I really like how those turned out. Again, not great. The light is not great when you see them in person. And I missed a stitch down here that I have to go back and stitch. I'm gonna see if I can get this a little bit closer so you can see that the trees have little red either berries or lights or ornaments in them, and then the ground does too. I initially wasn't going to do the borders, and then I did the bottom border, and I liked it so much I went ahead and did the top border, and I didn't change anything. I wasn't going to do this guy. I think that's the moon wearing a Santa hat, and I thought that was kind of strange or different, and I wasn't going to do him, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do this exactly as called for, and I think it's cute as anything. So that is my one finish for the week, and again, that is the floss box. Go check her out. She has great, cute things, and I'm pretty sure all of her charts come in PDF form, and so you order them and get them immediately. The other question that I had is, what Luca S. cross-stitch kit did I buy when I bought the little mouse? And I had mentioned last week that I bought another large Christmas one that I just absolutely loved. And it's Christmas shopping, and it's a city scene, which I don't always go for the city scenes because I like the country scenes, and they have plenty of those. But I love this. This is, I mean, to me, this is London with the double-decker bus, and I think it's so pretty. I think I just loved it. It's, to me, it's like, you know, this is like maybe December 23rd. I always have to have a story with my cross stitch. Everything has a story, and I think this is like not Christmas Eve, but like maybe December 23rd, 22nd, and the shoppers are out kind of doing that last minute shopping, and everything is decorated, and it's kind of snowing, but it's not super cold out, and it's kind of rainy, snowy, that kind of sleety mix, and I think this is gorgeous. I have told myself every day that I'm going to start this today, and I haven't even. Today I was like, I'm going to unwrap that, and I still haven't done that. I maybe will start it today and just put a few stitches in it. I'm several people are doing a 50 starts in 2024 for turning 50, and I turned 56 years ago, so that doesn't really you know, it doesn't really mean anything to me, but I think it would be kind of fun. And I've never done, like, I start stuff so often that I've never really done a big start, you know, do so many starts in a year. But I thought I could do, I'm 56 this year, and I thought it could be kind of fun to do 57. I'll be 57 in June, so maybe it would be kind of fun to do 57 starts in 2024. And I was sort of thinking today that should be one that I should hold off until next year and start next year. But honestly, I'm not really sure that, first of all, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to do that. And I'm also not sure that I can hold off. So I may just want to go ahead and start it. All right, now I'm just going to go for, let me show you the rug so we don't forget that. So I have not been doing a whole lot of rug hooking. I have all of my rug hooking set up. I've rearranged the family room so that I could put my rug hooking in a kind of in a corner so that it would be set up, but it wouldn't be so prominent. It kind of takes up some amount of room. I have a big chair, and then I have not a recliner, like a chair that you sit up in. And then my frame is big, and then I have a table that it's kind of a rolling table that I have, you know, my cutter on and all of that good stuff. So I have it all set up and ready to go, and I just haven't done a whole lot of rug hooking. And one of the reasons is that I started on this rug over the summer. This was a Christmas gift. The pattern was a Christmas gift in all the wool. And I wanted to work on it over the summer, and I started it this summer. And I think I'm gonna have to stand up. Let me stand up to show you. It's really not that big, but it is, and I can't see what's all in the frame. So it's a little chicken rug, and can you see it? I can't tell if you can see it. And you can see I have this whole section over here, which isn't a whole lot. However, these, what, you know, I don't know what they are, decorations or swirly, I don't know what they are, accoutrement, I don't know what you would call those. And the little corn kernels, these are little corn kernels, they're just a pain. They're just, you know, they're not actually, they're not perfectly drawn, and a lot of rugs aren't, especially the more primitive style rugs, aren't drawn precisely. And I decided I wanted these each to be 2 rows. Well, some of them are thicker than 2 rows, and so I've had to kind of adjust, and they're just kind of a pain, and they're just not all that much fun to do. I mean, I thought about leaving them out, but they really do add so much to the rug. I mean, they just add some movement, and they really do. I mean, they really do look great. So I've just kind of stalled out on it because I don't enjoy these whatever they are, these swirlies. I love the rug. I love the chickens. I did each chicken to look like one of my chickens. So this would be my I just lost my Barred Plymouth Rock. That's what this chicken is, black and white. And I think that wool worked really well because they're mostly black, but they do have, you know, little bits of white in their feathers. And then this would be my Buff Orpington. So that's Polly. All of my Barred Plymouth Rock girls are named after, I have 4, and they're all named after Downton Abbey characters, except for one is named after Edwina from Chicken Run. And then I only have one Buff Orpington, and her name is Polly. And then this is kind of a cross between we have some Jubilee Orpingtons, and we have 2 Easter eggers, and this looks kind of a cross between the Jubilee and the 2 Easter eggers. The Easter eggers are Marigold and Olive, and the Jubilee Orpingtons are named after characters from Harry Potter, so I have 2 of those, and their names are Molly and Minerva. And then I have a white, don't know what she is, just a white chicken. I can't even remember what Tractor Supply said she was supposed to be. We got her at Tractor Supply, which is not a great place to get chickens, but she's been an awesome chicken. And she's pure white, and her name is Mary. And her sister, and they were supposed to be the exact same chicken, and they look completely different. Her sister looks more like my Easter eggers, and her sister's name is Margaret, so Margaret and Mary. So anyway, I need to finish that, and I really don't want to put it away unfinished, and so it's been sitting on my frame. I would like to start, I have several Christmas rugs that I would like to start, and I may even have a Christmas rug that, in fact, I think I do. I have a Christmas rug that I would like to finish that I started maybe 2 years ago that's not done, that maybe I will finish that. I do have a Santa and a reindeer rug that is not color planned yet. I don't have any of the wool for it. So our wool shop, rug hooking store moved to Lincoln, so which is about an hour and 20 minutes away from me. So it's not going to be as easy to get supplies as it had been, but you know, also not all that far either. So okay, so let me just start with my WIPs, the WIP Parade, and then in my WIP Parade is some current WIPs that I'm working on, and I'll let you know as we go that those are what I've been working on this last week. And again, I'm just going to go through bags and see if I have a picture. I don't. I'm not going to spend the time pulling up the pictures of what they're supposed to look like online. So if there's anything you need, I'll try to give you all the details. And if there's any more information you need, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below. Last year, Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching with the Housewives, came out with this chart. I knew immediately that it was one I wanted to do, and it's called Silent Night. And then this year they've come out with sort of a companion to it called, it's either All Is Calm or All Is Bright, I believe. And I don't think I've bought that one yet. I'm gonna have to double check, but I want to do that one as well. But this is Silent Night. I started it over a couple of different times. This is on a piece of kind of charcoaly black even weave, and I'm doing it all in silks. So I did a silk conversion to Gloriana, and so it's all done in silks, except for because I was worried I wasn't going to have enough of the Gloriana white. I am combining a DMC. Which DMC am I combining? One of the DMCs. And so I'm doing one strand of that and one strand of silk, you know, for the white. It has a little pig. It has 2 chickens here, which I just don't have their combs and their, you know, their combs and their wattles or their beaks in. And then it had a little pig over here, and I'm changing that to 2 chickens over there. I love pigs, but we don't have pigs. So there's not a whole lot left of this other than I have to finish the Silent Night, a lot of snowflakes, and I'm trying to think what else is over here. I can't remember if it's another little building or I can't remember quite what's over here, but there's, you know, something else over here and a whole lot of other snowflakes. But again, it's Santa flying across in his sleigh and the red barn and the chicken in the barn. And then the church, the white church. I just thought that was so, so pretty. So I'm super happy with that. This will be a finish this year. This is going to be, once we get through October, this is going to be a focus to go up. Okay, so I might as well, I mentioned that last week. Oh, I know why I couldn't remember. So I'm using Winter White, which is a Gloriana Florimel. For my white, and then I'm combining that with a sulky 12 weight color number 1071, and they're so similar. They're so unbelievably similar, and it does give it a little bit of a different feel, but I think it stitches up just beautifully. So these are my other colors. Everything else is a Gloriana. The red is one of my favorites. It's poinsettia. It's just beautiful. That's not really showing up great, but look at how pretty that is, a Christmas red. So, yeah, I absolutely adore this. So this will definitely be a finish. And I'll probably, I think starting, okay, so last week I mentioned decorating and I said, oh, we'll talk about that in a minute, and then I never did. So every year I'm big into seasonal decorating, as you can tell. And I normally decorate for, you know, I have my summer decorating, which is a lot of beachy, seashells, ships, kind of that sort of idea. And then in August, I go to bees and sunflowers, and those carry me halfway through September. And then I generally decorate for Halloween from about the middle of September to the end of October. And then I'll do Thanksgiving, and when I do Halloween, I do fall. I do some just fall, but also mostly Halloween. And I leave out the fall and put up the Thanksgiving, take down the Halloween and put up the Thanksgiving, and I decorate for Thanksgiving, and then the day after Thanksgiving, we start putting up Christmas. Well, this year, we get to have, not exactly on Thanksgiving Day, but between the Saturday before Thanksgiving and the Monday after Thanksgiving, we have some portion of all 3 of our kids and their significant others, if there are significant others. Maddie doesn't have a significant other, but Ryan and Caitlin both do. And so, and they're going to overlap a little bit. And so, like, Maddie has to work Thanksgiving Day, so we won't have her Thanksgiving Day, but we'll have her Saturday through Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And then Caitlin and Caleb will be here Monday through Monday, and Ryan, I'm hoping, this is still a little bit up in the air, but Ryan and Rachel will be here like maybe Wednesday through Friday, or maybe just Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that. And so we're celebrating, and then we will not see Caitlin. We should have both Ryan and Maddie home for Christmas, and hopefully Rachel, but Caitlin and Caleb will not. They will stay in Colorado and celebrate with Colorado family for Christmas, so we won't see them at all for Christmas. So we're celebrating Christmas with them over Thanksgiving, and Caitlin's kind of request was, would you decorate the house for Christmas instead of having the Thanksgiving decorations up? Really, nobody in my family really loves Thanksgiving the same way I do. And I said, sure, absolutely. It'll, you know, since we're celebrating Christmas, and we'll put, I think her big thing was she loves she loves Christmas stockings and, you know, what comes in Christmas stockings. And when we've celebrated Christmas at Thanksgiving in the past, I haven't had the Christmas stockings up, so we haven't, you know, there hasn't been a Christmas stocking kind of to open. And so, but we decided, Brian and I, well, I decided, and Brian's going along with it, that I'll decorate the whole house for Christmas starting. I will probably start on Halloween, actually. We live way out in the country. We don't get trick-or-treaters. It is probably one of the biggest pitfalls to living out in the country. I love trick-or-treaters, but, you know, we're way out here. So, I probably Halloween Day we'll take down all of Halloween. That's pretty much what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And then, put up Christmas, and it'll probably take us a good week to 2 weeks to get Christmas up if we're just doing it ourselves. And Brian's gonna get really busy here with basketball season, so it's probably mostly gonna be me. But I'll need his help with the trees, and then so we'll have Christmas up. Now, here's a question I have for you, and we're gonna use this question to do giveaways. Because I had another question for you last week, and no one responded to that question, and so I want your opinion on this because I'm in a quandary. So, as you do when you decorate your, you know, every last inch of your house with seasonal decorations, I have actually 2 sets of Christmas plates and 1 set of Thanksgiving plates, and they're both gorgeous. I have a set of Christmas baubles, and these are just the big plates. I have small dessert plates. I have many of those for both, but just big plate, you know, dinner plates. And they're both beautiful. I have baubles for one, and then I think it's, you know, like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So there's 4 different Santa scenes. I think there's a train scene, there's a Santa flying over scene. I can't remember what the other 2 are, but they're all beautiful. And then I have a set of gorgeous Thanksgiving plates that I've only had for a couple of years. And they have, I think it's 4 different, I can't remember what they look like, but I think it's like 4 different turkeys or something, but they're really pretty. If the entire house, so here's my question. I will not get to use the Thanksgiving plates at all if I don't use them at Thanksgiving, because, I mean, really, that's the only time you use them. But the entire house is going to be decorated for Christmas. So do I have to use the Christmas dinner plates for Thanksgiving dinner? Or, because it's Thanksgiving dinner, even if the entire house is decorated for Christmas, can I use the Thanksgiving plates? What is the question? What is the answer there? So again, I probably didn't say that right. Do I use my Christmas dinner plates, or do I use my Thanksgiving dinner plates for Thanksgiving? Which is your what's your thought on that? Because I'm really in a quandary about it. It kills me that I can't use my Thanksgiving plates. Now, one option would be to use my Thanksgiving plates earlier in the week. But, you know, you have to get them out and wash them all and go through all of that. And I'm just not sure that's worth it. We always go out to dinner the night before Thanksgiving, so that won't even be a meal. And then I think we'll probably do really easy, you know, meals up and leading up to Thanksgiving. So I don't know that makes any. So tell me what you think. And somewhere in what your answer is, say the word plate. And I'm going to have 2 giveaways, and I will just draw 2 names is what I'll do. You know, random. I'll have random selection, and I'll draw 2 names. And so one of them is the set R of Be in My Bonnet Stitch Cards by Lori Holt. It's my favorite set that she has come out with so far. I think I've done just about every single set. Somehow I ordered these twice, and so these come once a month from Fat Quarter Shop, and I ordered these twice, so I'm getting 2 of these every month, and I figured that's fine. I'll give one away. So because I forgot to do a giveaway last time, This is going to be one giveaway, and use the word plates in your comments if you wish to win this. If you want to comment and you don't care for this giveaway, then just let me know that and I'll take your name out of the running. And then the second one, and again, use the word plate, and I'll do 2 drawings. Plates, P-L-A-T-E-S, P-L-A-T-E-S, plates. The second one is the scattered seed sampler, which was another problem I had last weekend, not remembering who the designer was of the bird chart. And it is scattered seed samplers. It's called Summer Sweets Pin Keep, and so I'm giving this away. And again, just use the word plates, and I will draw two winners for this week, and I'll get those in the mail to you as soon as I have your address. So, okay, so that is that little section and little thing I wanted to talk about. Going on to the next one, this has to be something really, really big. This is probably one that I'm going to, oh, this is Alice in Wonderland by Al Forrest. I am doing this in conjunction with Somi Sarah, and she is quite a bit further along than I am. I have started this over 3 times, as I do, and I finally just decided to start it over on a piece of plain Jane linen. And I started in the opposite corner that I had been working on, and I was working away diligently on that upper right-hand corner, and I came down here to the Cheshire Cat, and I have a mistake in here that I cannot find, and it's going to make a difference. So I'm going to have to take out this bottom section at least of the cat, and so when I discovered that, I got frustrated and put it away. But otherwise, I love this. I love how this turned out with his watch and the teacup, and I think it's just darling. Al Forrest, there's nothing that they do that I don't love. The colors are great. Everything about it is great, and I'm super happy with that linen. So now, and I think that the colors are just going to pop on that, and it's going to look great. Okay, one of the reasons that I'm doing that, Alice in Wonderland, is that can you see it? Yeah, you can see the wall back here where the barn picture is, painting is. That's a huge wall that goes all the way behind the fireplace and across, and then it has another section that goes this way under the stairwell. And I came up, I don't know, probably a year or so ago with the idea that I wanted to do a series of fairy tale cross stitch patterns and frame them and put them on that wall back there. Probably the barn will need to come down because it won't work in that. It works over there now, but it won't work. And I had started this years ago. This is Queen of Hearts by Shakespeare's Peddler. Got it from her website. I don't know if it's still available. And I think it's so cute. It's really a lady in a kitchen. This would also look really cute in a kitchen. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all in a summer day, so it's got an oven and some, it's got a little kitty here. It's so cute. And I mean, I'm very far along on this, and I don't know why. This was such a fun stitch. I do not know why I haven't finished it, but I haven't finished it. And so here is my Queen of Hearts. And that's one that just stays out year round. Most of my fairy tale WIPs stay out, and when I feel like working on them, I work on them, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. This one is in plastic Ziploc. I mean, it's not even in a project bag. So, but I just need to put some time in that and finish that up. Still along the fairy tale line, the Frosted Pumpkin has an adorable Little Red Riding Hood. And I don't know if you can see that. It is not a great picture, but I've seen this stitched up and it's really cute. And so this is another one that I started over multiple times, maybe just twice. But the first fabric that I had it on, it was too much. It didn't work. So started it over and like this so much more. I love blue, and I think this is very much a fairy tale fabric. It's a little darker than it really is in person. And there's my start on Goldilocks, and I wish I could show you how beautiful this fabric is. It's so pretty. Let me see if I know. I might have the label in here. Yep, it's a 32 count linen called Gina. I don't know who it's by, but it's so pretty. I think I got it. I think I bought this at StitchCon in the little shop. But I'm not 100% sure, so I don't even know if I'd be able to get it again. Okay, still all my fairy tales were together. I guess I should do this first. Again, Al Forrest embroidery, and this is The Wizard of Oz, which is probably my favorite fairy tale. Again, not a great picture, but oh so cute. And I got the kit, so this is how the Al Forrest kits, do they all come like this in boxes? A lot of the ones I've gotten have come like this in boxes. My Alice is not a kit, it's just, I just bought the chart. Al Forrest has amazing threads, and I'm just going to show you this one as an example. But they come like this, and they have the symbol on the card, and they're just gorgeous variegated threads. And so there goes the sun. And so this is Al Forrest fabric as well as all their threads. And I started on the castle and I'm guessing that's the Wicked Witch. And look at that castle. Look at the colors in that castle. So cool. Anyway, very cool. I don't have any, I want this fairy tale wall. I like fairy tales, but I want this fairy tale wall really for my grandchildren, which I don't have any yet. And so I'm not in any huge hurry, except for Alice, because I'm doing that as a stitch along with Sarah. So that's a higher priority right now than some of my other fairy tale type things. Okay, we're out of fairy tales. Now we're into, oh my goodness, I'm not going to remember what this is. I'm going to go ahead and look this up. Okay. This is 12 Christmas Carols by the Tiny Modernist. My fabric got really crunched. 12 Christmas Carols by the Tiny Modernist. You can do these as individual ornaments, but I'm doing them all as one. They are little tiny stitching. Here's what it looks like once it's done. Can you kind of see that? And I just thought, well, it's not really, at first I thought this was like the 12 Days of Christmas, but no, it's 12 Christmas carols, each with a little scene. And I just adore this. I just think it's so sweet. And Tiny Modernist, again, I talked about her last week. She just has some really interesting detail in not a lot of stitching. I mean, sometimes there's a lot of stitching, but sometimes it's just amazing, her detail in not a lot of stitching. So I quickly, like within a day or two, got the first one done, which is And to All a Good Night with Santa Flying Over. I started the one below it, Dashing Through the Snow, and I started the one next to it, which is It's Christmas Time in the City. And I need to get back to this because it is fun stitching. It is, here are the colors. I did my own conversion. So I have some silks in here, I have some DMCs, and I have some classic color works. And it's just, I just did, like colors that worked. That's really fun. That's being done on a piece of Aida. It looks like 16 count Aida to me. Okay, that's Christmas. I need to actually separate my Christmas from all the rest so that I can quickly and easily get to my Christmas stitching. Okay, This is another one by Priscilla and Chelsea that I started. Well, I actually stitched this, finished it, gave it away. Finished it as a little pillow and gave it away. I wish I had a picture of that. And then restarted it for myself. And it's just a winter one. So I love a lot of their Stitching with the Housewives winter patterns that aren't necessarily Christmas, but are good because I do decorate for snowman and snowflakes come January. But it's a skate one, and I think there's a little skate girl up on top, and it's just a real simple one. It wouldn't take much to finish, but have I finished it? No. I'm pretty sure I'm doing that with most of the called for if I have it. That's when I'd like to get done, this year if possible. Okay, remember last week when I talked about making something for a friend, and it's actually my son's girlfriend whose birthday is on Halloween, and I went through, I thought about the Brenda Gervais Boo Cat, and I started that, and then I found this one. I think this is White House Stitchery. I'm pretty sure that's who this is by. And it's just the alphabet, and I thought, oh, that would be really cute for her. She's a 4th grade teacher, it would be cute for her to have the alphabet, and it's something that she could maybe put up at school. Well, I started it. I love it. I love it. I think it's adorable. And as I was going through, I thought, she may not be allowed to put this up at school. She teaches at a Lutheran school, and they may not celebrate. Some Lutheran schools don't do Halloween. And so I thought, oh, she might not be able to put that up at school, and it might be too cutesy for her house. So I got that far and went, and then I did the Brenda Gervais cats for her. But I will finish that for myself, and I still think that's really pretty, and that'll go up at Halloween next year. Alrighty. My friend Colleen ordered this, told me about it. I immediately ordered it. Hands Across the Sea, Elizabeth Garrod, $17.99. And it's from the mini samplers. And I was thinking, oh, I can get that done, as Colleen did, in about 2 days. Have I gotten it done? It comes so nicely in the little spiral bound book. And I think it looks very Irish. I don't think she was Irish, but I think it looks very Irish, which I love anything. And so I thought, oh, it'd be fun to find a neat green to do it in, and I ordered, I think this is the called for, a Vera Soie, 103, yep, which is the same as DMC 520. So this is actually the called for. So pretty, such a pretty green. Green is not one of my favorite colors, but when there's a pretty green. This fabric is Soft Porcelain, 36 count by Luminous Fibers. It's just a really lovely piece of fabric, and that's as far as I've gotten. But isn't that pretty? I keep thinking I should make this my daily stitch, and I could probably have it done in no time at all. But I haven't worked on my daily stitch, the red work daily stitch, all week, and which makes me really crabby. Okay, this is what? Oh, this is, can I show this? I think I can show this. Caitlin, if you're watching, please look away. Okay, we attempted to take a family vacation to Las Vegas at Christmas, and Maddie never made it because of the whole airline debacle that was happening. And I stayed all of a day and then flew home. Sorry, I had a phone call, and it was the store calling about the oven and the cooktop. Okay, so I stayed a day, and then I came home so that Maddie wouldn't be here by herself over Christmas. But for the day that I stayed there, Caitlin and I were able to go to Stitcher's Paradise, and I had her pick out her ornament for this year. Every year I make the kids an ornament. And she actually picked out her ornaments for the next, maybe 3 to 6 years or something like that. So she saw the Jack Frost Tree Farm by Little House Needleworks. And so we have the pine trees. So this is a whole series by Little House. The pine trees, the balsam fir, the Douglas fir, which I stitched this one for Ryan several years ago. This is the part 1, which is Jack Frost. Really cute. Part 3, Family Fun. Picking out the Christmas tree. And part 7, Cookies. And so we got all of them. We got the floss, and then I found fabric when I came home. And this fabric is, I think it's 30, I'm pretty sure it's 32 count linen. It's vintage country pearled barley. I got this at Julie's. And I have a start. Oh, the other one is hot cocoa. And that's the one I started on. That's part 5. And I'm very close. I have most of it. I'm so sorry. I have most of it stitched. So I just need to finish up the hot cocoa stand. And, well, I guess there's a gentleman here and a little sledder here, a snowman, a bird, and the trees. But, I mean, that's like an evening or half a day's worth of stitching. That'll be quick. And then she wants them, I have to confirm with her if she wants these as and those are all being done with the called for. I have to confirm if she wants those as hanging ornaments or sit-abouts. For Ryan and Rachel this year, I did, and theirs are done, I did the Noel and Rouge, which by Lila's Studio, or Lila's Studio. These are I think I call these the ugly Christmas sweater ornaments. And there's Noel in Rouge and Noel in Blue. I think Vanna's done a couple of these, and her finishing on these is just phenomenal. In fact, I think I read where Vanna finished these for Lila to have them for the pictures. So I think Vanna has stitched a few of these, but then I think she actually did the finishing on these exact ones. I think that's what I read. So they're so cute. And so I did the polar bear for Ryan, the 2 polar bears. I don't know, maybe I'll give that one to Rachel, the 2 polar bears for Rachel, because like it's kind of girly, I guess. And then the joy for Ryan. I think they're so cute. And I'll try to finish them like they're finished in the picture, but I'm sure my finishing won't be nearly as nice as that. So those are done, just have to be finished. And then, getting completely off track, we had talked last week about Caterpillar Cross Stitch and their wonderful kits and their stitch-alongs. And they had started a positivity lift sal over the summer, and I wasn't going to do it. Somi Sarah's doing it. Several people are doing it. And I wasn't going to do it. And then I saw they'd sent a kind of a sneak peek, and obviously it's a hot air balloon. And Maddie and I did a hot air balloon ride in Napa when we went to Napa in September. And so I thought it would be really fun to go ahead and kind of do that hot air balloon and you know, stitch it up. I have not gotten very far. This is not, it's obviously not very fall-y, and I have a hard time stitching off season. And so all I have done, I don't even think I have the first part completely finished. But I kind of thought twice about maybe I didn't want to finish that one, and I do because, yeah, because I should stitch a hot air balloon in the same year that we did a hot air balloon ride. I thought that was going to be really scary, and I was kind of terrified because I don't really like heights, but in the end it didn't turn out to be, it wasn't scary. It was a little tiny bit scary. I have something in here on 28 count linen with a bunch of thread that looks like this. And linen, and no note to myself on what it is. I have this inkling of a feeling that it's a stitching with the housewives, something real simple and small, stitching with the housewives, but I don't know. Okay, I have been seeing these. Julie has them at Reflections now, but I've kind of been seeing them everywhere. It is the Satsuma Street ornaments, and they are perforated paper, and there are a lot of them. And I started out in the spring and got a set of butterflies, a set of eggs, and a set of birds, and I did the birds, and those are actually, well, they're put away now, but those were on my little hanging tree all spring. And those are very, very cute, and definitely my spring vibe. And then there were a whole bunch of Halloween ones, some of which I didn't care for, but most of which I really liked. And so there's Fun Guy, and what I really liked about that was the mushroom at the top. Now these they're done on perforated paper, and they're very similar to the Mill Hill kits. They come with all of the floss, and then they all come with beading and some with sequins. And ice cream, get it? Ice cream. And rest in peace, R.I.P. This one I may do and just fill this in with black and leave that part out. I'm not big. I love bats, and I thought he was a really, really sweet bat. And then this one is called Eye of Newt, and Cat Lantern, Miss Witch. This one's really cute. And I love owls, and this is called Night Owl. And I mean, each of these, one is just cuter than the next. And the one that I ended up doing, oh, there's one more that maybe two more. Mr. Cat and Haunted Hearse. Oh, I really like that one. That one's really cute. The one that I ended up doing is where? Oh, here it is. Oh, I like this so much. Let me get the thread out of the way. Creepy Crawly. I don't love spiders. They kind of gross me out, but I also kind of respect spiders. And it all has to be filled in with black. And when I realized that, I was like, oh my goodness. You can't really see it, but the black really makes a huge difference when you fill it in, as opposed to just seeing the black background. So, again, these will be put away till next year, and, you know, maybe I'll do like one a year for the next however many years. This would also be a really fun one if I do get an inkling to pick up a Halloween, you know, something Halloween, and this would be that would be a fun one to pick up, like just out of nowhere. I feel like working on Halloween. Okay, Little Dove Designs. I love her things. I have ordered several, and I really like her kits. And I love, you know, and it's really coming back, like kind of that retro late 60s, early 70s look. And I've been seeing a lot of it, and I actually think I have two different retro kitchens in the works. But this is Little Dove Designs Retro Kitchen. And there's nothing about this I don't love. I'm going to change, my mixer is teal, and so I'm going to change that to teal. Or maybe it's called aqua. I don't know, wait. But isn't that cute? And the retro teapot, and I just love it. I love the fish tank and the little cat, and it's just, I love things that have those, and the scale. Oh, I love things that have really neat detail. So I don't know what my I really don't remember what my thought process was with this, but I'm doing everything as is except for the cat. And I decided I did not want to do a solid cat. I don't know why I decided to change this to an orange tabby, other than I think I may have been working on this at Maddie's house over the summer, and she has an orange tabby named Sunny, who's very sweet. And so I changed the cat to a silky variegated 4044. And I do like the way she turned out, but then she was kind of blending in with the, I think it's a casserole dish next to her, and so I had to outline her and do some backstitch in dark, but I do think she's turning out cute. So yeah, that's another one that I will just have to work on here and there, and you know, it's not anything that has to be done by a certain time, or it's just one I would like to have. I have some closet space, not closet space, some wall space above the windows in the kitchens. They're almost floor to ceiling, but it would be fun to put some cross stitches up there. I only have 2 more, guys. We're getting there. This is another owl forest. Another did not buy the kit for this. I really should show you this. Let me find it. I think I can probably search. I think I can search for this. Yep. This is another owl forest, and it's called Coffee Sampler. And I love coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. Not a lot of coffee. I drink 2, maybe 3 cups a day. It's probably a little too much. I love the little coffee house, the percolator, and it's a house. And again, just this kind of has a retro vibe, and just kind of everything about this. Now, without buying the kit, it's going to be tough to make this look exactly like it looks here, right? But I really think I picked a bunch of really pretty, and does it only have those colors in it? Let me see if I have all the colors that I need. It's a big chart. Yep, I have all the colors that I need. So again, I picked a bunch of pretty Gloriana threads, and you can see, isn't that pretty? Oh gosh, those are such pretty colors. This really has a fall vibe, and I haven't worked on this in several weeks. So I'm just started in the middle, and that's the beginning of the little house. Oh, I love it so much. So pretty. Let me open it up so you can see. It's gonna be huge. Look at how big that's gonna be. This feels to me like a piece of Cedar River linen. Let me see if I know that for sure. I don't, but that's what it feels like, and I just have that feeling that that's what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that's a really, really fun stitch. That was one that when I got the chart, I started it right away, and I had a hard time putting it down. And the last owl forest that I have for you, and the last chart of the day, or WIP of the day, I guess. Yeah, this is Cedar River. That was Cedar River, I'm sure. Is another owl forest called Vintage Black, or Black Vintage Sampler. And I love this. I don't know what it is about this. It's so funky. But it sort of has the feel for me like Around the World in 80 Days. I don't know. That's got to be what it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what it's kind of fashioned after, without just, but I love the borders on it. And oh, I think it's so pretty. I'm doing this again on a piece of Cedar River linen and design called Overcast, and it's a 32 count, and I am using Gloriana Silk Aubergine, which looks like kidding. Well, that's what one strand looks like. It looks like this. So pretty. Such a beautiful color. I always thought that aubergine was more like either, maybe it's a dark purple. Maybe I kind of thought it was a green, but this is very black. I do see maybe some purple in it or some dark gray. And I started this in the upper right-hand corner because I wanted to start on, oh, I see. I wanted to start on that gorgeous border. Again, look at how big this is going to be. Oh, huge. And this is my start. This was another one I started and I had a really, really hard time putting down. So really fun. Oh gosh, I want to work on this today. Okay, that is it for WIPs. Now, I thought in this pile, I brought something over here that I'm going to have to show you. I thought that I had in this pile the monthly weigh-in series by Priscilla and Chelsea, which is another series that I get. The monthly weigh-in series has a scale on it, and then whatever seasonal things go along with it. And when the Christmas one came, I started it right away because I really wanted to do the Christmas one. I've started all of them. I haven't finished a single one of them. But as I was working on it, and it'll have to wait for next week because it must be in my next batch. But I was working on it, and I was trying to think about how I wanted to finish it. And Priscilla and Chelsea talk about paisleys and polka dots, and they have been doing a lot of their finishing on the wood pieces for paisleys and polka dots. And so I finally just thought, you know what, I have so far loved every single one of the monthly weigh-ins, and I'll get them all done eventually. And I think I'm going to go ahead and finish them on the paisleys and polka dots woodwork. I'm not saying this very well. Wood pieces. And so I went to their website to order the scale woodwork that Priscilla and Chelsea finished theirs on. And because then you can just switch them out every month. Using magnets, just switch out your piece every month. And I ended up ordering a whole bunch of stuff. So I was going to kind of show you. All of their stuff has to be painted. So I have my total work cut out for me. But to start with, this is the scale. And so it's all, separate. And you paint each piece and then you put it together. And but it comes with really, really phenomenal instructions. And so this is where my actual stitch piece will go, and then this is the, and so it's like a wood piece, and it stands alone, and then you can switch out every month whatever stitch piece, which has a scale and whatever. Yeah, so I have a scale that looks a whole lot like this. I have a bunch of scales, I don't know if you call them antique scales, but old scales that look very similar to this. So I ordered that, and that's great. But then I started seeing other things. And so they had a set of Christmas carolers. And so I ordered that. And look at how many pieces are in that. Oh my goodness. But each one comes, let me find the one for the Christmas carolers. Oh, each one comes with really, really good instructions. And then I saw a nativity. And so I actually ordered 2 of those because I'll do one for my friend Gail. And so and they had a couple different ways you could order it. This is the nativity manger with Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. And let's see, there's another part of this. This is the wise men that go with the nativity. And this is the stable animals. And each of these come with instructions. So like, here's the nativity instructions. here's the, and what was interesting that I didn't know is that the wise men, and I don't know if all of these are like this, but there are paper cutouts for their jackets that you just glue on. And so so I don't have to paint that, and that's got, because yeah, and like I think his cloak I don't have to paint. So you're just like painting the beards, and you're painting the crowns, I think, and maybe their faces, maybe the animals. Anyway, but they gave you really, really good instructions. And then there was a sleigh, which, I had to get the sleigh. And let's see what that looks like. Here's the sleigh. It has presents in it. And then this, I thought this was so cute for a birthday gift. This is a birthday cake. Let's see if there's a picture of that. Yeah. Oh, I thought this was adorable. And I thought, it'd be fun. You could do a stitch piece and put it here and then the cake. I don't know. I thought that was really cute. So, yeah, I have my work cut out for me on all that stuff. It'll be amazing if one of these gets done before Christmas has come and gone. Okay. We talked about that. Let's talk about plans. So I will put any Halloween, which I think there was just one Halloween piece in here. I'll put that away. I've put all my other Halloween away unless there's more to show you in the WIPs that are in the cabinet. There's one more stack in that cabinet, and then there's, other WIPs, other places that I'll show you. But I've officially put Halloween away. I'm officially not doing any more Halloween. And so the plan is to work on Christmas. You know what? I really thought I had some other things to show you. I must have, I thought I did. But anyway, that's enough for today. I lost my train of thought completely. I need to decide what my Christmas priorities are going to be. I have another Stitching with the Housewives. No, Silent Night. I showed you that. So I have Silent Night, and what is the other one that I said that'll have to get done this year? That will for sure get done this year. I don't know. There's another one that I really want to get done for Christmas this year. And then I'd like to work, put some stitches into Kringles, which I actually did this week, and I don't know why Kringles didn't make its way over here. That's kind of weird. I would like to kind of start the Luca S Christmas shopping piece and kind of get some more stitches in that. I would like to get some more stitches in the mouse, the Christmas mouse. So that is kind of my cross stitch plans, kind of figuring out what my priorities are here at the end of the month and what I really want to make sure I get done. If we start decorating for Christmas next week on the 1st, it would be nice to have the two pieces, completely finished. Plus I have some FFOing to do upstairs. So, and then I would like to get my chicken rug done before the end of October and start on one, on a Christmas rug, either one that I have going or on a new one, probably one that I have going. And I don't know, I've a little bit lost my hooking mojo, and I've done that. It's happened before, it happens every once in a while. My hair, I didn't do my hair. So I took a shower last night, and we spent some time putting up we wrap the chicken run so that to keep out the cold air so that the chickens can spend as much time as they want outside of the coop. We wrap it every year. Every year we've wrapped it in tarp, and this year we wrapped it in heavy duty clear shower curtains. So that, and I know that probably sounds like it looks really trashy. It doesn't. It actually looks very nice. It keeps out the wind and the cold and the sleet and the snow, and kind of acts as a greenhouse effect. It lets the sun in and kind of keeps the warmth inside the chicken run. And so we did that last night, and that is dirty work. And so I took a shower and then didn't bother to blow dry my hair. I was wiped out. And my hair is super funky if I don't blow dry it and straighten it, and also a lot of gray. And, but yeah, I just thought, you know what, people, it is what it is. I wasn't gonna, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's the back. It's really curly in the back if I don't blow dry it, but not like a nice even curl, just kind of like a, anyway. And then it has weird funky crimps, and then the gray behaves differently than the rest of it. Anyway, it is what it is. But then so that's rug hooking, and then as far as cross stitch, there's two things that I would like to stitch in the next, potentially, well, one thing I'd like to stitch in the next week. I have a friend having surgery on Monday, ankle surgery, and she is going to be non-weight bearing, I think she said for 6 weeks, and pretty much, or maybe it's non-weight bearing for 10 weeks. It is a long recovery, and she is a cancer nurse. And so I really would like to make her a little cross-stitch piece, because I'll go over on Tuesday when she's in the hospital overnight, and I'll go over on Tuesday and take food and like magazines and books and all of that kind of fun stuff. And I would like to make a little cross-stitch piece for her. And I don't even quite know. I'm sort of leaning towards maybe a small Thanksgiving piece. And I did download, yesterday I saw a couple of really cute patterns. Where were they? They were, where are these? Emily Call. Let's see. Yeah, these are actually Emily Call, who is on Etsy. And it was I don't think there's I think it's just there's not, I can't show you the charts because it's just the charts. There's not a cover photo. But it's a thankful one that just has the word thankful kind of like this, and it has pumpkins and acorns and flowers and just real soft colors, very pretty, very pretty. And then there's another one I thought I got called Thankful for You, but I don't see that one. Here's the chart for Thankful. I do have it. Isn't that pretty? And then there's another one called Thankful for You. And so I might do that one. Wow, I don't see it on here. That's funny. I know I bought it, but maybe I just forgot to download it. And we have, my father-in-law has a cousin, a first cousin, who is a nun, a retired nun, and she's just the sweetest. She's just the sweetest. I love her so much. Her name is Sister Janine, and she dedicated her whole life to education. She taught for many, many years, elementary school, then high school, then she became a principal, and in the Catholic school systems around Iowa, Kansas, and Nebraska. And she retired here, and we only get to see her a few times a year, but she's just the sweetest. However, she has macular degeneration, and she's losing her eyesight, and she's more and more not wanting to leave her house because she's not comfortable with her eyesight. And so I really kind of wanted to stitch something for her, but then I didn't know if that would be, I thought she could at least have the tactile and feel it, and she might, anyway, I don't know. I was kind of struggling with that one, and I wasn't sure. If anybody has any thoughts on that, or, has done any stitching for someone who's having issues with their eyesight, let me know, because I would be curious to know what would be like the appropriate thing. She will hopefully be here for Thanksgiving dinner. She's except for the COVID years, she's been with us for Thanksgiving every year for, I don't know, the last, 5, 6, 7 years. So, okay, that is it for stitching. And then I have 2 books that I've read since we last talked. No, one book that I finished and 2 that I've started. I like to read kind of that spooky, not necessarily spooky, but thriller type book this time of year. And this one was recommended, Only Daughter by Sarah Denzil, Denzil, Only Daughter. It was, I'd say 3 to 4 stars, probably 4 stars. I think it was a little long for what it needed to be. There was maybe some stuff that could have been cut out, and there were an awful lot of characters that got introduced that didn't end up really having a big part or a big, there kind of was no reason for them. But I think the author was kind of trying to lead you astray in who may have done the deal. The narrator's 19-year-old daughter the police believe has committed suicide, and she knows that she has not committed suicide, and there are a lot of signs that she indeed did not commit suicide. And so she is on the hunt to find out what happened and who killed the daughter. And there are a lot of twists and turns, And it was very, very interesting. The narrator has a really interesting backstory and some really interesting characteristics. She's not your typical, mom that you typically read about that's, just perfect. And but loved her daughter and would do anything to figure out what has happened. And it's sad. It's very sad, but it's also really interesting and twisty and turny. And so if you like that kind of thing, I would recommend it. I'm not sure that's his name. I have the name I have written down. I feel like I got interrupted when I was writing this down. Let me make sure. We're big Graham Norton fans. We watch a lot of British television, and we love the talk show Graham Norton, and we see lots of, interesting, I definitely didn't write his name down. David Mitchell, he's an actor. I couldn't tell you right off what he's been in. He's a British actor. We've seen him in several things. Has written a book called Unruly, just like the word, unruly. David Mitchell, and it's about the royals through the years, from the very first royal of Britannia. Actually, he talks about King Arthur, makes fictional King Arthur the original king of Britain, and goes through, and it's not a novel. It's it's nonfiction, but he's kind of a comedian, and so he does it in kind of a funny, tongue-in-cheek way. And I am super interested in all things royal and British, and I find that fascinating. And so when I saw him on Graham Norton and they talked about his book, I immediately bought it and have started it, and it's good. It's because it's that time of year, and then starting next month I'll read like cozy Christmas reads. They don't necessarily have to be Christmas, but those like cozy bookshop knitting, hot cocoa, just kind of those comfort, not necessarily like the greatest books you've ever read. Some of them will be mysteries probably, but I'll read those. One that was recommended by Buckeye Stitcher Nicole was 84 Charing Cross Road, and I get the impression it's that type of a book, and so I bought that so that I could read that. And then the other book that I'm reading, and I'll hopefully finish this in the next week, and I'll be done with my spooky thriller type stuff for this time of year, is Starling House, Starling, by Alex, Alix Harrow, Harrow, and I started that last night, and it's good. It's spooky, very spooky. Kind of, I think it's going to be more in the paranormal kind of way. It's a Reese Witherspoon book club book of the month, and so I just thought it would be kind of fun. I don't always love all of her books, but I've enjoyed a few of them, and so I just thought, I needed one more kind of that genre, and so I decided to go ahead and go for it. So okay, that's it. I don't know, I had to split this in two because I had to take a phone call in the middle of it, and so this one is 34, the other one was probably an hour, and so it's time for me to let you go. I'll insert some pictures of the chickens and probably some more Halloween decorating and whatever else. I hope you're all well. I hope you're having just an awesome time stitching. I should be able to have another WIP Parade video in the next 10 days or so, roughly. It took me about 10 and a half hours to upload that last video, so this one will probably take a little bit longer. So it's Tuesday. You probably won't see this until at least Wednesday. So I hope you're well. I hope you're getting lots of stitching in, enjoying the beautiful weather, and I hope to be back here very soon. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, be kind, and talk soon. Bye, guys.